A Lee County family is speaking out, recalling the terrifying moments when they say a man armed with an AR-style rifle opened fire on their family reunion. And thank you for joining us at 5 o'clock. I'm Greg Lloyd.
And I'm Carla Heat Sands.
Now, that shooting happened Sunday evening on Autumn Leaf Drive in Leesburg. The Lee County Sheriff's Office says Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer shot at partygoers after a verbal altercation occurred. No one in the family was reportedly injured, and Kinzer was shot after a family member returned fire.
He was charged with aggravated assault. WALB News 10's Mariah Norman sits down with a witness who says their family was racially targeted.
This family says they were celebrating a birthday and spending time together before a man they identify as a neighbor pulled up and opened fire with an AR-style rifle. Witnesses say the family was gathered outside for a reunion Sunday night when a car drove by. A white man who witnesses say was Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer was inside the car yelling racial slurs at the group.
When he's talking junk and he started yelling the N-word, he kept going, so we let him go. And we were just discussing what just happened, why he tripping.
But Green says Kinzer came back, this time wearing armor and carrying a rifle.
Oh, shit.
And then that's when everybody started running. He got a gun. All the kids, they were making sure the kids get in the house. And people started taking positions because they seen he had a gun. And I was in the middle of the street. That's when he raised it and fired. Boom. And I grabbed my gun and started returning fire and moving with him.
Green says he's a Marine veteran. He says he was willing to defend his family, including children and older adults who were present.
It was so hurtful. I cried all night. I'm laying outside on the ground through a shootout under a car with my other auntie, my other sister, who is 77, and I'm 62.
Wow.
The investigation is ongoing. Officials say more charges are.
Look, that's crazy. And it's crazy because he could have just stayed at home and did whatever he did. Now, I seen the original video, and the dude, I guess they sitting in the street, whatever, he honking his horn, and then as he's driving off, he says the N-word. Then he could have just stayed home, did whatever he did. He felt the need that he had to come back out his crib with an AR-style gun, which is probably AR-15, and got the blicking down the street. Little did he know who he's shooting at is a former Marine and his family. I'm gonna be honest, they should have did him in, for real. And it should have been the end of that. Simple as that. They should have just did him dirty. Because he coming at your family, everybody outside. Good thing it's dark. Good thing it's dark. You know what I'm saying? And he would have got accuracy. And he came to get hit because he came out there with a bulletproof vest on. But surprisingly, this is the story, because I know the story already. The Marine shot back at him and actually hit him, which made him surrender. But the Marine didn't go and try to end him, though. He didn't try to do a headshot. He didn't try to finish him off or nothing. He just left him how he was. But the thing is, it's like, what made you think that that was okay? Now, in my mind, this is why I was discussing with somebody before. I'm like, when they have certain content creators, like the guy, Jeff the Builder, Bob the Builder, whatever dude's name is, he was walking to black people saying, you're chimping out, you're chimping out. And then you got other black people. I hate to say it, I do like Myron Gaines, but I hate when he says this part. He aggravates and says, oh, man, if you white and you just tired of black people, you tired of, the black fatigue, it's okay to be racist towards them. Yeah, it's okay. Like, if you're going to do freedom of speech and call somebody the N-word, that's you. That whatever circumstance comes with that. But to come back after you've already left the scene with a gun, that's the difference between an individual that is just speaking their mind, the First Amendment, and somebody that's going to use the Second Amendment to speak their mind. You get what I'm saying? So when people are sitting here and they're like, okay, it's okay that you're, racially finding black people, you've black fatigue because of the news, because not all black people are like that, and you can't assume that. Yes, you see black people do things that you might dislike, but that's the news. The news does that. That's propaganda. And then you go out there and act on said things. And now this guy is a guy that's just hunking his horn. He could have just went about his day and did what he did. He somehow in his mind, he thought it was okay. Look, you got to think about this too. If you want to think about somebody chimping out in this situation, the white dude chimped out. He literally was free to go back in his house in his little neighborhood and stay and be free. He literally went in his house and got a gun and came outside and committed a felony. Now you know what's next. The gun's got to be removed from his house. He goes to jail. He has a record. His name is on the news. All this is going to follow with him because now it's racially motivated. So it's going to follow his job. People going to see his face. That's real chimping out if you want to think about it like in that aspect. But how I see it is like this all comes from people saying, oh, it's okay to just approach black people and say this. Like, bro, sometimes it's just best to mind your business. Like, they're not doing nothing. Just drive past them and get your ass in the house. It's dark as hell. You don't even know what's going on. Little did you know, the same people you went, like, what was your intent? Your intentions were to kill. Or you wouldn't have never went out there with said firearm, correct? Your intentions were to kill them that night. And whoever was out there, she said a 61-year-old, an 80-year-old auntie is out there. Like, bro, you shooting at the elderly? Because why? They're black and they just sit out there chilling in front of their house? Sorry, they can be in the block too, G. So you're not the only one that lives here. And that's the thing I hate about, like, you got certain individuals like, hey, man, it's my freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want. That's cool. You can. But you have, like I said again, you have other individuals that are willing to use their Second Amendment and use their First Amendment. They don't care about the First Amendment. They just care about that Second. And look, dude, like I said, dude didn't have to go in that house. That's premeditated attempt murder. Well, technically nobody got shot, so they're not going to do attempt murder. They're going to be aggravated assault with a deadly firearm, something lighter, which is going to stick in court, and it should. He should get charged with felony regardless. Disarming a firearm in public at a family. Kids were outside. He didn't have no regulate. I don't know if he just doesn't. He got nothing to lose. He's on his last straw. He's seen all the news, and it's about black people. But I got to understand too. That's a little propaganda as well. I'm not saying that those things aren't 100% true, but the news shows what it wants to show to fearmonger you and to believe in a certain agenda. So then you could act on that, because black people usually do violence between their own communities. But who are the main ones doing school shootings? Shooting up Walmarts, mass shootings with innocent people, don't care whose it is. Usually, black crime is usually within its own community. It's not usually killing of white people, usually. So in this aspect, it doesn't even matter. That was not called for. It was a targeted racial attack. If this is a white family, you probably wouldn't have done that. So I hope this dude get the book for real, but we're going to see. I don't even know where Lee County is. I'm not 100% sure where that even is. But this is a sad situation. It needs to be addressed because y'all need to learn how to mind y'all business and do what's best for yourself and your family. Leave other people alone. They're not bothering you. Even if they was, they're not following you down the street. They're not doing nothing. You came in there honking your horn thinking, oh, I'm a tough guy behind this car. So then you go to the house and like, oh, I'm going to prove to you I'm a tough guy with this gun. But are you a tough guy without that gun? Because I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, if you hand-to-hand combat that black man and this white guy, you're getting your ass beat to death. So what do? You go get the gun. Little do you know, it's dark. You can't even see. You probably see now. They black, so they blending into the darkness. So you just shooting wildly. Not knowing where the shot's coming from, they blending right in, and then they shoot you right back. I'm be honest, Buddy should have did him in, for real, walked him down. I swear to God, that's how he should have did, because that at the end of the day, even if he gets charged, don't get charged, he's gonna be still on that block. He's gonna be still have the ability to terrorize again if he wants to. And now when that man is not there, that Marine, that ex-Marine, black ex-Marine, when he's not there, he has to worry about the protection of his family when he's absent. So that being said, man, y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. Your boy Angelo Savage. It's the Daily Night News. Your boy Savage. It's the Savage Report. Peace. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe. We out.